things to stop doing to your dog now. Oh, so pets. More often than not, people think that their dog is just a big, cute toy that they can play with. But dogs have feelings, likes, and dislikes just like the rest of us. You'll be surprised at some of the things you do that your dog actually hates. They only tolerate them because they just love you. Welcome to Oh So Pets, the channel dedicated to the fun furry friends in our lives. Before we get started, if you love your pets, click that subscribe and notification bell right now. Trust me, they'll love you for it. Today, we're sharing with you 10 things to stop doing to your dog now. Keep watching, for you may be doing something your dog doesn't like. Number 10. Hugging them. Kicking off our list is this shocking fact. We don't mean to ruin any dreams of hugging or cuddling with your beloved puppy, but in some cases, your dog can actually detest being hugged and is only putting up with it because it blindly loves you so much. If your dog exhibits signs of stress such as flattened ears, closed eyes, averting its eyes, yawns, licking its lips, or he has an overall worried look or sad eyes, then that hug isn't as wholesome as you believe. It's best to let your dog come to you and cuddle on its own terms, rather than putting your arms around its neck or body, which can be perceived as a threat. Try petting it along the back and on the chest. Number 9. Rushing through walks and not letting them sniff around. Rushing through a walk and thinking 5 minutes is enough to satisfy a dog's adventure sense is a big no-no. To a dog, a walk isn't just a bathroom break, but it's also a chance to discover the wonderful world and socialize. They want to play, exercise, breathe in the fresh air, and enjoy some quality time with their human companions. So let your dog sniff and explore to its liking. Dogs explore the world mainly through scent first, so by not letting them sniff around is downright unkind to them. Number 8. Needlessly dressing them up. Sure, everyone gushes over these eternally adorable pictures of dogs in Christmas sweaters or in dresses, but if there's one thing dogs hate, it's being forced to wear clothes when the weather isn't cold. Dogs regulate their body temperature by their fur, so when you try to match your bag or coat with a tiny outfit for your dog, you're affecting them negatively as they may overheat. However, when it's cold, then matching Christmas sweaters may be appropriate, but only if your dog seems to agree. Number 7. Making them play with others if they don't like them. This goes for both your human friends and other dogs. Like us, pets have the right to dislike a person, even if your friend is the kindest person you can think of. If your dog doesn't like them, then forcing it to spend time with them or putting up with unwanted touching is cruel. So if you're ever around new people and your dog reacts by hiding behind you, growling, or turning away, then don't let unwelcome strangers touch him. Same goes for other dogs. Don't expect your dog to make a friendship with another dog at the park, no matter how cute the other dog is. Number 6. Not setting a routine and rules. It may seem like dogs don't like them, but they actually need rules. In the long run, routines and rules boost your dog's confidence and allow them to relax in a predictable world. See, dogs have an internal clock, so a routine is beyond important. So make sure you feed him at the same time every day. If you find your dog acting out, then it's probably because you haven't taught him the rules. After a few days of going through a routine, you'll notice your dog growing happier. Number 5. Leaving them alone or ignoring them. For creatures as social as dogs are, being ignored or leaving them alone is a personal strike. This is how some dogs develop separation anxiety. The presence of another dog may provide comfort, but they sometimes also just want you, their lovable human friend. Life does get in the way with work, errands, outings, dates, and vacations, and unfortunately, dogs don't understand that. The solution is to spend as much time as you can with your dog when you're at home. If you're out of the house often, find a pet sitter with whom your dog is comfortable. Number 4. Using words more than body language. Dogs might be able to pick up on what a few words mean, such as sit, walk, treat, toy, off, but they mostly rely on reading your body language. They're masters of reading what you're thinking and feeling, and if you allow it, what you want of them. If you're saying one thing and making a gesture that holds a different command, they'll get confused. For example, it's like telling your dog to stay or sit while holding out a hand and leaning towards him. He might think you want him to come towards you, so they'll happily trot over to you instead and would be confusing the commands. Number 3. Yelling at him. There may come a point in a pet owner's life when they may want to snap when their dog pees on the carpet for the 7th time or when it pees in their shoes, which they discover after putting them on. But an owner's reaction is very important. Yelling will get you nowhere with your dog. Loud noises will confuse and scare your canine friend between teaching and punishment. Instead of punishing them, try having a stern-toned conversation with them instead. Number 2. Petting him on his head. This is shocking, we know, but petting dogs on their heads may not be the kindest thing to do. Of course, when people pet their dogs' heads, they're displaying affection or trying to reward them and express approval, but your dog may misinterpret your intention. Petting on their head can be mistaken for threatening behavior, especially if you're leaning over the dog from the front to do it. And the smaller your dog is, the more intimidating the movement is. Before petting a dog, reach your hand out for them to sniff. Depending on the dog's reaction, you may or may not receive permission from it to pet it. Number 1. Putting them on a tight leash. At number 1 is putting your dog on a tight leash and constantly yanking on it as a way to reprimand them. We talked about how brilliant dogs are at reading our body language, and that translates into them reading our attention levels through the leash you're holding. We're not saying to disregard the leash, but by keeping it extra tight, you're raising your dog's levels of stress and frustration. See, there's a certain energy that is transferred between you and your dog through that leash. When you keep the rein loose, you're letting your dog know that you're calm, everything's fine, and that it's all chill. There's no need to stress. Now, a tight leash tells your dog that you yourself are nervous and tense, so they mimic that nervous energy. Not wanting to be pulled along goes both ways. Just as you don't want your dog to drag you everywhere, your dog doesn't want to have its leash constantly yanked and tugged upon. They'll more likely react by barking and being extra reactive. A loose leash will result in a calmer walk and a pleasant time. And that's a wrap for 10 things to stop doing to your dog now. What did you think of them? Does your own dog hate it when you do these things? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to gently hit that like and subscribe buttons and turn on the notification bell so that you can be alerted whenever we upload new content. Click on the video you see now to watch another video by Oh So Pets. Thanks so much for watching!